Hi, Denny. It's an honor having you on our e-zine today. Can you tell us about the upcoming CD party to honor Kenny McLean's new album completely on April the 8th at the Mod Club, such as the bands that are playing and the hype and the vibe and the highlights of this party?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And the show is coming up in about 2 weeks, April 8th at the Mod Club, starting at 8:30. We're gonna be playing the album cover to cover, and plus I guess a surprise encore that's not on the album. And we're gonna have a bunch of special guests coming up to help us sing the songs with us, such as Paris Black, Mark Holmes, also from Platinum Blonde. We're gonna have JT from Staggered Crossing, like a bunch of Canadian artists, and Patricia, Rock Soprano, and Bob Devlin, who's Kenny's son, who also is a singer in a metal band called Symbionic. It should be a great show. I hope you make it.
Oh, I definitely plan on being there for sure.
Okay, good.
Get us on the guest list.
All right, if I must.
Okay. 4 people, at least.
Okay, I'll put you in. Your daughter coming too?
Yeah, Metal Miriam wants to come, and Jay.
Oh, okay, so that's what, 3?
That's 4.
4? All right, 3 plus you and me.
Right.
Yeah, all right, you're in.
Cool, thanks. Okay, how did the tribute concert go to honor Kenny McLean at the Mod Club in Toronto on December 17th last year?
Oh, that was awesome. That was a huge success, actually. The whole thing was a tribute, and all the guests were people that had somewhat of a connection with Kenny, say some that had worked with him over the years or just friends. And the whole thing was also a fundraiser, and the McLean family donated all the proceeds to the show to this what was it called again? It's a scholarship. Mm-hmm. And they were hoping to get enough money to start one, but as it turns out, they got enough for 2.
Awesome.
That was a huge, huge success. In fact, it's all over YouTube. There's videos of it all over the place. And I'm hoping we can repeat that, actually. That's my goal.
Okay.
Like, the place was packed. Everything was great. Everybody had a great time. It was like a celebration. Like, we felt like Kenny was in the room with us, guessing it's the same thing is going to happen again on April 8th.
Cool. Definitely looking forward to that. Can you tell us about the song tracks on Kenny McLean's album completely, such as their themes, the concept of the songs, what they're based about?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is an album that was in the making for quite a number of years. Kenny had been talking about it since pretty much the day I met him. He'd always wanted to do something more acoustic, less pop-oriented, like he's known for, like all synths and, or rock, like the previous album, which was Clear. And so a lot of the songs, in fact, I'd say, like 4 of the songs were actually remakes of his own songs from the past, like Don't Look Back is on it. Totally different arrangement, totally different song, pretty much. Nothing's Forever in Pieces, and Lullaby, which was also on Don't Look Back. And the theme is like, it's kind of recap. It was like you said, like a celebration of his career, like all he'd done so far and all the songs he'd been written up until now. And it's kind of somewhat dark, but very positive. So it's very good. It's very kind of uplifting, I find.
Has there been any challenges bringing this album to completion?
Well, yeah, because Kenny had kind of let it known that the album was done when it really wasn't, and nobody really knew how much work that needed to be done still for it to be done. And so some of the songs we didn't have much to work with, so we had basically a vocal and a guitar, kind of the same way the Beatles did after 20 years of John Lennon being dead, and they just found those tracks and they just wrote songs around them. So some of the songs like that, it was a bit challenging, to tell you the truth, and a lot of it was actually quite emotional. I remember the first day going back into the studio, when you get the cams on, like headphones on your head, and you like when you do a track, say a vocal track, he'll talk to the engineer, and all of a sudden I'm singing away and I hear Kenny talk in the background, and it's like he's there right behind me. It was a strange feeling. It was fairly emotional, but it was very fulfilling. It was like a good, great experience. Like we were friends and stuff, and I'm having a hard time talking about it right now.
It's okay.
Thinking about it.
How long have you known Kenny McLean?
We met in the early 90s, probably 92, and we started playing. We've actually met at a gig, and so we started playing together right away. And we played in a cover band, which is still around, actually, the High Rollers. He was in that, like, on and off for, like, all this time. And then, but about a few years after that, 94, I believe, we started the band Clear, which is, I think the album came out in 95. And we toured that and spent quite a bit of time on the road. There was 2 singles from that, which are also on the new album, by the way, Nothing's Forever and In Pieces. Totally rearranged, though. The original versions were much, much heavier, like big electric guitars, which I really, really like. And to this day, I still do it that way sometimes, but not for the show, though. For the show, we're going to stick to the new versions of every song.
Before he planned to release completely, was he signed to a new record label?
He had his own.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, he had so much going on at the time. He had a music school. H&H Music, but he was just starting. He had his own label that he was starting. He had the new album in the making. There was just so much happening. And that was one of the things, was the label. And he was planning on, signing newer up-and-coming Toronto artists, I guess, or even Canadian artists.
Wow.
Yeah.
This new studio that he started, was that like a school for engineering and DJing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, like engineering, all kinds actually. Anything to do with performance, pretty much.
Cool.
It could be like the studio aspect of things, like recording, or even live, or songwriting, or that sort of like there's a few schools somewhat like it, like Trebas and Harris, Toronto, those, but similar kind of concept. But actually, I think he wanted to take it a step further.
Is this school still up and running today, or?
No. It went when he already passed away, pretty much.
Oh, that's sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there was so much happening back then, and the whole death was so sudden, and there was so much happening, and we've been working so hard on so many things. Like, I guess nobody really, and I think that's why the album took so long to make, because there was a good period there, probably 6 months, that no one could get near it.
Wow.
It was just too emotional. Like, it was so hard. Like, I remember the first day, it was like, oh my God. But it went away.
He was also a teacher at the School of Rock Film in New Brunswick?
Yeah, he was there for about a year.
Wow,
I think that's where he got the idea to start the school here, actually.
Okay.
Because he did that for a year, but I guess he got homesick. Came back eventually, and he had all these great ideas, and then he couldn't stop him. And so I guess that's because up until then, he never talked about a music school before.
Cool. So. No, he also won a SOCAN award for the song "Don't Look Back."
Yeah.
And a Juno Award for the most promising male vocalist in 1991.
That's right.
Were you with him at that time?
No, I met him the year after, actually. Yeah, in fact, I remember seeing that video on TV at the time. I hadn't met him yet, and I'm like, man, that guy looks familiar. And then I realized it was the guy from Platinum Blonde, right?
Cool.
And shortly after, we were at a party. Actually, we went to see a band which was then back then RPM on Lakeshore, I believe. Jarvis, sorry. And a friend of ours, a common friend, introduced us, and that's kind of how we met. And he was still riding his glory back then. But I was really happy for him when I found out afterwards, that is.
Now, Kenny McLean played with the band Platinum Blonde. What can you tell us about his years with that band?
Like I said, I didn't know him then. In fact, I wasn't even in Ontario then. I'm from Quebec City and come here till '88. He joined them on the Alien Shore album, which he co-wrote a few songs, I believe, on that one with Mark. And his first show was Maple Leaf Garden. That he told me many times. That was one of the Kenny stories, and I was pretty intimidated by that. It's a pretty big ache to do your first show with a band with. And he started out as a keyboard player, because Mark was the bass player still then, but I guess shortly thereafter they switched, and he became officially the bass player.
Did he write any songs for Platinum Blonde?
If he was writing songs?
Yeah, was he writing songs for them, for the band?
He co-wrote a few, with Mark.
And he was the bassist as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's a guitar player.
Okay.
Originally, but he was one of those guys that kind of plays a little bit of everything. And so he was in a band called the Deserters before that, which were signed to Capitol. And I believe Mark was a fan, and that's kind of how there was a connection made there. And and then he went from guitar to keyboards, I guess, and then to bass.
Now, did Kenny McLean ever play with other musicians like Red Rider or Honeymoon Suite or Glass Tiger in the past?
Oh yeah, I used to play with all those guys.
Cool.
In fact, at the tribute, Alan Frew, the singer from Glass Tiger, was there. They're both from Glasgow, Scotland, I believe.
Right.
I know Kenny is, but I think Alan is from there too. And so they've been friends forever.
Oh, that's cool.
And in fact, the bass player that played with Platinum Blonde a few weeks back, Rob Laidlaw, he was from Honeymoon Suite, and I know Kenny played with him for at least 2 or 3 years.
Very impressive.
Yeah,
Sure.
Everybody seems to know Kenny. Everybody's got a Kenny story.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you're putting together the album completely and that you're holding a CD release party.
Yeah, well, it's not just me. Like, it's just basically, again, all his friends getting together to do this. Like, it's been a labor of love, tell you the truth. Like, I mean, Paris being one of them. Paris was known, Paris being Paris Black, of course, which you know, has known Kenny for even longer than I have. He was working with him when he was 16.
Wow.
And he produced him, and it was right after Platinum Blonde. That's what Kenny did, a lot of producing other artists. And so everybody involved, and Sasha, who's in the band also, was actually in Platinum Blonde also.
Okay.
He was, but he came in the album after Kenny on Contact, and he's doing percussion on this show too. Like, everybody, once the word got around that somebody floated the idea to do the show, like all the his friends kind of gathered, and it's been kind of effortless, and we're all having fun doing it.
This completely CD, can we buy it in record stores, in retail stores, or is it available for digital downloads?
The CD should be available in stores now, from a week or two ago. And if it's not, then you can email the Kenny's label, which is Duke Street Record, at dukest@gmail.com, and they'll make sure that it gets there. And otherwise, it's on Amazon, it's on HMVU's website, it's going to be on iTunes right after the show. I know they're working on that right now, so it should be like about 3 weeks from now.
Do you think that they'll ever come out with vinyl copies of Kenny McLean's music on just as a promo, a limited edition?
You know what? That's a good idea. I never thought of it, but I've been hearing that, except because of all the DJ scene right now, vinyl is getting popular again.
Exactly.
Maybe I should bring it up to the label. Thanks for the idea, though.
And another idea.
I'll say it's your idea.
Okay, another question I had is, do you have a lot of videos of Kenny McLean?
Well, we did a lot of stuff over the years, so yeah. In fact, we're sorting through all that right now because that's one of the difficult part about promoting something for someone who's not around anymore, is like you can't shoot a video, so we're going through all the footage to see if there's something can be pieced together, and maybe like with some people acting the storyline and cutting it with, live segments or TV stuff that we've done, or even some of the footage from the previous videos we did.
So
we can put something together. That's what we're hoping anyway.
The question for putting that together is, the question I have is, are you going to be coming out with a DVD with the life and times of Kenny McLean?
I don't know, actually, but that's again a good idea. To be honest with you, right now I'm so preoccupied or concerned with putting the show together and it being a success that I hope that it will be. But I haven't been thinking that far ahead.
Okay.
But after the 8th, ask me the same question, and then I'd probably have a great answer for you.
Okay. Tell us about your band, High Rollers.
Tell us about the band, the High Rollers?
Yeah, tell us about your band, the High Rollers.
Oh, well, actually, the band was started by myself and Joe, who's also the bass player in Clear, who's also known Kenny about as long as I have. In fact, Kenny came into the High Rollers to replace Joe because Joe at the time had joined another band, an original band, and he didn't have the time to do it. But it's basically just like a cover band. We've been around Toronto for 18 years now.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, we just... and Kenny, again, was in and out of it. Like, there's been a bunch of different players going through it, and it's just like a fun project. Like, we just play our favorite tunes, and eventually it actually grew to be Rock PTA, which was basically the High Rollers one step up. We did, like, big clubs, and that was Kenny's idea, and we had actually a really cool promo video that he put together that we did at the Republic, big club downtown Toronto.
Cool.
And so yeah, we did corporate stuff with that, and it pays the bills, and it's a fun thing to do. Again, we play the songs we love playing, so.
Do you think you'll ever, like, on your own, like, put together a CD for all your favorite cover songs?
That was actually an idea that was floating around with Kenny also, but we never got to do it. No.
Is it in the
future? Yeah, you never know.
Okay. Well, I believe that's all the questions I have for today. So, before we close, is there anything you'd like to add or anything you'd like to plug in?
Yes, everybody come to the Mod Club April 8th. It's on Carlin College, and it's going to be a great night, great fun, and it's an early night, so you don't have to go to bed too late. And
anything to say to your fans?
I just did. I want to see them there, all of them.
All right.
And then we'll have a drink together, and we'll cheer to Kenny.
Thank you, Denny, for this press release. Horns High, you rock.
Oh, thanks, Dina.
Okay.
Hope to see you that night.
For sure.
Okay.